this is Sharon Brennan, your Cottage Lane stamper. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and if you've watched any of my previous videos, you know that I've been working on some projects for the upcoming craft fair. And this is the one that I cased from Sue Hammond in England. She does a lot of 3D projects and I always love her ideas. Anyway, I'm using the Candy Cane Lane DSP on this, and you open it up and it's actually a little gift box with tea in it. So each of these little envelopes has a little tea bag in it. So I'm going to show you how to make that. Okay. You're going to start out with, get my paper over here, a piece of Whisper White cardstock. It's 11 by 3 1/4, and we're going to score it at 3 1/2, 4 3/4, 8 1/4, and 9 1/2. And then we also have another piece of Whisper White cardstock. This is measures 4 by 3, and we're going to score that every 1/2 inch this way. And then we have 3 smaller pieces of DSP. One's 3 by 2 1/2. One is 3 by 1 1/2. And one is 3 inches by 1. And then you'll need 4 pieces of DSP that are 5 by 5, and those are for the little envelopes inside that will hold our tea bags. So we are going to start by scoring this long piece, and this will be the outside piece. I'm just going to use my Stampin' Up! My trimmer here. Let's see, so we want this at 3 1/2, 4 3/4. Pull out my little wing there. 8 1/4. Make sure I grab the right one. I don't want to cut it off. And 9 1/2, and I have done that. Excuse me. And then we're going to score this one right away too. This is 4 by 3, and we're going to score it on the long side every 1/2 inch. So it's going to be, I'm going to do the 1/2 inch over here, and I'm going to do the 1 inch over here, and then I'm going to flip it around and do it at 1 1/2. All right, 1 1/2, 2, 2 1/2, 3, and 3 1/2. I'm going to set that aside. So we're going to score this, or burnish our score marks. And I don't know if you've been told that white paper, you score the valley to the outside, and colored paper, you score the valley to the inside. What I mean by valley is when you score it, it creates a valley. So, and then we're going to use our 3 pieces of DSP and put those on. And the 3 by 1 piece will go up here. And I'm going to use it's got like, what do you call it, crumb cake with little tiny trees that are blue and red, and then little tiny polka dots. I guess there's some white trees in there too. But this is such cute paper. The other side is cute too. I've actually done that for for this also. So in my sample I used a different candy cane lane paper. And then this one will go here. Kind of line those up a little bit. And then the last big piece will go on the bottom here. These actually go together fairly well. So the other one, or fairly quickly, I used Bigelow tea. I believe that's what it was. Let's see. Yep, I used Bigelow peppermint tea. And I try to stay away from caffeine. It doesn't like, my body does not like caffeine. So I bought caffeine-free tea. But I was in a grocery store yesterday and they had some twining samples. So I got some green tea, and then I got English breakfast tea. They're cute little samples with 4 in each box, and these also have the individual envelopes. So we'll get to that later. And then for closures, I like to use the little tiny Velcro dots. Stampin' Up! Doesn't sell these, but I like to use the little Velcro. Oh, tiny round circles. So I usually just put it on the top here. And then close it up square, and I put this on the wrong part. I love it when I do that. You know what? It's not going to like me because I really messed that up. So I'm going to cut a different piece that will cover my whole mistake. One thing we learn to do is how to cover our mistakes. So I'm going to cut another piece of DSP. It's 3 inches wide. And let's see, what's this part? Measure it. And it's 3.5 inches long. So we'll just do a tiny bit under 3.5 to give us a little bit of bedroom. Okay. Back. That over there. Now, we shouldn't be able to make a mistake now if we got the whole thing covered, right? Okay. There we go. Now, back to the Velcro dot. So we're going to line this up and then push it together. And your Velcro dot should, I like to take it apart once for sure so it isn't quite so difficult the next time when the pieces stay in place then. So for the next thing, we are going to make our little divider here that holds the envelopes. And that's what this piece is for. So we're going to score it, post-it notes and everything, in an accordion fashion. And there. And for this I like to use, I still have the old sticky tape. I like that the best. So we're going to put a piece on here. I don't have any fast fuse, but that would be a good thing to use on this. You don't want to use regular adhesive. It, like the snail, it's going to need something stronger. You could use glue, but we'll use this. This goes fast. Let's see, put this down. Cut it off. I like to push it down a little bit. It's easier to peel off the paper then. This is one thing people didn't like about it. It sticks to you. More so in the wintertime when, well, it's not really winter yet, but when it starts to get drier outside. So we're just going to fold this up like this and line it up on this side. My head doesn't get in the way. Let's see. Yep. Like this. Center it between, right along this score line here. This first score line. Push that down, and then this side will line up with the other score line. And we'll put that down. And then it just folds up like that. Now we're ready to make our envelopes. So, take out your envelope scoreboard and we're going to start at my little thing out here. I have a little note for myself for making square envelopes here. I'm going to start at 2 3/8. I'm going to punch and score and punch and score, and just line it up. I don't know if you can see that little tiny line there, to line up the score line with this tiny little arrow pointer thing, and punch, and the last one, punch and score. And I'm going to pause this so that you don't have to watch me do all 4 of these. Okay, we're back. I'm on the last one. I wanted to show you, let's see, here we go, exactly where I'm punching. If you can see this, I'm not sure. This paper, it's really hard to see unless you get on top of it, but I'll fold this. So there is my little score line right there. And I line that up with this little arrow. And then I punch and then score. And then when you're done with that, you use the rounder in the back of the punch board to round off all the corners here. There's a nice little rounded edge to that. And that's all we need the scoreboard for. We'll put this away. Clean off all these little bits and pieces. Okay. Now we're going to use our bone folder again and burnish all these lines. Now you can see one of the, it's just a little bit rectangular and not too obvious, because I did one the wrong direction. So I'm going to use my sticky tape again, because I want these to stay closed. And this stuff works wonderful. So I'm not sure why Stampin' Up! discontinued. I know they came out with the tear and tape after this. They dropped this, so I'm going to pause you again while I finish up the rest of these envelopes. Okay, we finished the last one. Now we're going to put some of the sticky tape on the bottom part of these envelopes. Two of them will have it on the front and two of them will have it on the back, because they're going to be facing a little bit, they aren't going to be facing all the same direction. So, put some here, and you want it way down at the bottom because it's going to fit in that little accordion piece that we did earlier. And one more. I flipped it over. Didn't mean to do that. So, there we go. I like to give them a little rub down with the bone folder just to make sure they come off easy. So we're going to go back to this, and we're going to take off our little paper strip here. And we're going to put, let's see, where do I want this one? I think I'm going to put him here. And this one I'm going to put on the outside. Right on the back here. And this one will fit right in here. Oh, lay that down. And this one is going to go like this. So I have all our little envelopes there. Actually, I'm gonna. And then we're going to put our tea bags in there. I'm going to use the red ones for this. This is English breakfast tea. I want to put that in there. Tuck it down. Tuck that down. A nice gift for a teacher or a coworker who likes tea. I like tea, all kinds of tea. My favorite comes out at Christmas time, so I usually stock up on it. It's Celestial Seasonings, and it's called Candy Cane, I think. And it's peppermint flavored with just a hint of vanilla. So we have that all together now. And we're going to decorate it. And I've got this teacup. I thought that'd be kind of cute on the front. Maybe I'll put a big circle behind it. The teacup is actually from a set that came out during Celebration called A Nice Cuppa. And I really like the set. You know, as soon as Celebration is over, you can't get it anymore. So I think I'm going to use my 2-inch punch for our circle. I think we're going to use an alternate DSP for the embellishment. This is also from Candy Cane Lane. You can see it's got tiny little candy canes and hearts on it. And the back side is like this, only with a red background. So I'm going to take this and actually punch out a piece of white cardstock with my 2 3/8 scallop punch. I'll put this on here. And then we're going to attach our little cup to that. Maybe I'll use some dimensionals on there. That's probably a good idea, either that or glue, especially if you're using something that's embossed. I did emboss this a little bit, I don't know if you can see it, with a Swiss dot embossing folder, just to give it a little bit of texture. And we're going to attach that to that. And then I have some baker's twine that's in the holiday catalog. You get two spools of baker's twine. This one has red it's white with tiny little red threads in it, like glittery threads. I don't know if you can see that. So we're going to use a piece of this, and then also from that nice cuppa framelit set, I cut out the little tea bag, whatever you call it, I don't know, tag, and I think we're going to use a glue dot for that. I'll put it on back here and then put it on the thread with the baker's twine, and then just cut off a tiny piece of that. My ribbon scissors, and then use another glue dot, and we're going to attach it to the back of the cup. Tuck that down in there. Maybe we'll just stick it in like that. And I think we'll put that on with a couple more dimensionals. Just on the top half, because you don't want the bottom half glued down. So it's just going to be up at the top here. These little papers, they just fly around. Getting that time of year where everything wants to stick to you. Okay, we're going to stick this up here. And there we are. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I'll have all the instructions and measurements on my blog, cottageLaneStamper.blogspot.com, or .blogger, yeah, Blogspot, I'm sorry. Blogger's another name for it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. I'd love to hear your comments, and thank you for stopping in. If you don't have a demonstrator, I'd be happy to be yours. Just send me an email. I've also started a stamp of the month club, where you will get the cards and the stamp set, the featured stamp set, mailed to you. So check my blog out for that too. Anyway, thanks again, and have a great day, and God bless you. Oh, I forgot to mention on this, the sentiment is, you are terrific. And that also came from a nice cuppa stamp set. So, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. I think I swapped out the DSP I had there. I didn't like it as well, so I just use the same DSP as this, and I think I like that much better. So, don't you love my little addendums? Anyway, thank you again, and have a great day.